Hello and welcome back to the Spiritual Sleepover with your hosts, Dana, Shayna, and Steffi. This is our special segment that we do whenever the fuck we feel like it, where we just yap and we share spiritual insights, we share silly ridiculousness, we talk about the transits, we talk about literally anything that's on our hearts. Sleepover vibes, 100%. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Go back and listen to the other crazy, fun, ridiculously silly episodes. And if it's not, if you are a seasoned Spiritual Sleepover bestie, hi bitch, we love you. We're so excited that you're here. And yeah, I feel like we're riding this little magical sleepover energy because we had a in-person sleepover like a week ago, and we the whole time we were like, why aren't we recording this right now? Like, we should just have a microphone on. So it's finally here. We're here, ladies. Welcome.
Also, to clarify, hi bitch is a term of endearment for us. Hi bitch is like the highest form of I love you in our group. So hi bitch, I'm also gonna double down on hi bitch. I'm happy you're here.
Same. I don't even hear that word anymore as like a swear word, but I'm really bad at that. Like, if I'm trying not to swear around children, I do not do well because it just rolls out of my mouth like pure heavenly love. You know what I mean? Like, I'm swearing, but it's just like shining straight from like unconditional love. So for me, it's not something that I can easily filter because the intention behind it is so loving for me.
I get on such a little soapbox about cursing around children, especially now that I have a child, and I don't think the world's quite ready for it yet. Like, I think that maybe on social media, people would be like, yeah, I 100% understand. But anytime I get on this soapbox, everybody's giving me like the freak vibes of the genius freak. And also like, they're not quite like, I'm just a little bit ahead of the curve with that in practice, meaning I feel like if we edit ourselves and filter ourselves, like, so that way we're more palatable to other people and it's not actually hurting someone, then that's actually more damaging to yourself than it is to other people. And so in
like
school,
filtering
for example,
is worse than cursing.
Yeah, like it's
That's
one
true.
thing if your child says you're stupid or that's stupid, right? Like, it's
But
one
if they're
thing
like,
if your
"That's
child says
fucking dope,"
like
then
that's
that's
fucking
all good.
awesome versus fuck you, right? Like, it's all about intention. And so I'm like, curse words aren't the problem. The problem is teaching people that something that that expression is bad. Like, that self-expression should be edited and palatable and behaved for society, so that way you're more accepted. Sorry, I said I wasn't getting on my soapbox.
Yeah,
I am.
honestly,
Because
I
just
was
feel-
happy you stepped on.
I better
so offended
homeschool
by it.
because I don't think this is gonna fly in the principal's office.
I'm like ready to go to like bat for this shit. But every time I bring this up, because it's funny, my in-laws, like, my husband has a bunch of nieces and nephews, and like none of their parents curse in front of their kids, and like occasionally they'll let one slip, and they're not that strict about it, but their kids aren't allowed to cuss. And I'm like, for the longest time I was like, her first word might be fuck, like, I don't know. And I'm totally fine with that. And they were just always like, yeah, haha, that's funny, we'll see. But now that, like, at parties and everything, I cuss so much. And then I get on this whole rant, like, blah, 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 blah. And then I see their eyes glaze over. And then people will tell me, well, they'll have a hard time in school. Oh, well, they're going to have a hard time with their parents' their friends' parents might not let them come over to their house if they're cursing. So they might be outcast from society. And I'm like, it just pisses me off so much that literally we're taught to contain our self-expression so much to be accepted in a friend group. Like, no, I'm over that. That feels like old paradigm vibes. That feels like fucking, I don't know, some shit from like the 1800s. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's appropriate
I
for
agree.
this time in our lives.
And have you
I
ever been
agree.
offended by someone cursing? Because I haven't. There's only one word I really dislike, but other than that, I feel like
Which
I'm not
one
offended.
is it? Is it
Do
the
I
C word?
spell it? Like, or
Yeah.
do I just say it?
Is it
The,
C?
see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be that. For me,
but see, if you go to Australia, that's like a term of endearment.
Yeah,
like,
that is
It's
true.
all
That
about
is
the
true.
intention.
I really feel like when someone is being nasty and like mean and using swear words for, to be like violent with their language, that really offends me, but it's all about the energy for me. Like,
Yeah.
it's just unmistakable. Like, when someone is using words like that to have like aggressive or violent language. And then when someone's using words like that to express enthusiasm. And enthusiasm is
that
one of
we're
my favorite
intelligent.
qualities. Yeah.
I think we're intelligent enough to know the difference. Like, I think
I
kids
agree.
are too. I think
And
that it's
also,
like,
I think it's really interesting that we're in this time now where we're all using cell phones and computers and even like emojis exist, and we're able to express ourselves without words, which everyone knows. I feel, if you know me, that you know that I freaking love emojis. And I think part of it is just that they're so cute and like you can express yourself in such a colorful way. But honestly, it's been a game changer for me, because sometimes I want to send a vibe to someone, but I don't know what to say. And the fact that I can just put some artful emojis to express myself brings me so much joy. I can't even tell you. And I've like gone on this whole rabbit hole before about how symbols are more of a divine feminine way of communication. Like, a symbol that has multiple meanings. For example, a star, it doesn't have one meaning, but it can mean magic, or it can mean celestial energy, or it can mean all of these different things, but it still has like a plethora of meaning connected to it. That's a more divine feminine way of communication. And like hieroglyphics in Egypt were like that. Whereas our language that we have now, the letter alphabet, is extremely masculine. It's extremely pointed and specific, and there's like not a lot of wiggle room around the meaning. And I'm just so grateful that we're moving away from that era and into an era where language doesn't like have as much specificity or definitions or limitations, that we're moving past that. So I feel like emojis and cursing go together as far as the world that we are building, the new world, the new paradigm.
I was just going to say, if someone texts me without an emoji, I instantly don't trust them.
Yeah, 100%. And when someone texts me with an emoji, like even if it's a thumbs up, like a boomer sends me a thumbs up, I still feel like they're trying. They're working with me on that. Yeah. And it makes me, Steffi's like, no.
Thumbs up is not one of the
way.
ones I accept.
Well, it depends on the energy behind it.
A random one thumbs up with nothing else.
No. With, if they're like, got it, no prob, and then thumbs up.
Copy. Okay, that I will. But if it's just a thumbs up, I'm like, go die.
You're a psychopath.
Just a thumbs up, like cold raw dog thumbs up.
Yeah, raw dog thumbs up is like pretty much worse than cursing in my opinion.
That's I'd rather you say fuck off. Like truly.
It's like when people say bless your heart, but they're really saying fuck you. If someone gives you a thumbs up, they're really saying,
and
like,
that's where it's
fuck
like
you,
intention.
bitch.
Like you can say something that's so violent and mean without curse words. That's so much worse
That's
than
true.
using a curse word.
And people do it all the time. I feel like that's one of the tools people use is having a really dialed in vocabulary, and they sound so intelligent and smart, but the energy behind it is so inauthentic, so ungrounded. And it's one of the ways that they can rise to power is just by having a vocabulary that makes them sound really intelligent, but everything underneath it is fake. You know what I mean? It's like a manipulation tool.
I mean, if we just think about schools, when I'm thinking about this aspect of like fitting in to go to school and not cursing to make your teachers happy, like your principal or your teacher talking to you in a way where like they don't see you, they don't actually care about your experience or your emotions, they just want you to put your head down and be a good student. Like there's language that shuts people down, and I feel like that's way more damaging than like your child being like shit, you know? Like it's just crazy.
Shit, Mom.
Like the rules that we have for no reason that then everybody follows, and it's like, oh, Isla can't come over to our house because she says the S word. Like, I'm sorry. Grow up. Like, grow up to the parents, you know? That's just how I feel. And if you're listening and you don't let your kids curse and you're really offended by this, I'm sorry. Like,
Then just
it is
do
what
this.
it is.
Just give us a thumbs up. Leave a thumbs
Sorry,
up
I
review.
forgot about a podcast. I mean, like, also, you know what's funny? Whenever someone cuts me off in traffic, instead of giving them the bird or the middle finger, I do a thumbs up. And now I realize how infuriating it is, right?
Oh, yeah. That's worse than the finger.
Worse, right?
But like better? I don't know. It's that, and that's what you're saying, Dana. Like I think that, and as we're moving into this new paradigm where we are expanding our emotional awareness and our spiritual awareness, like that intelligence is getting bigger and more nuanced and more intuitive, right? Where we can understand people's expression without them having to say, this is exactly what I mean, right? Like we can feel them, we can sense their meaning, their intention, what they're saying. I just feel like the emojis lead into that, but it goes so much further to like hieroglyphics and to like different symbols throughout all of time. Like they can carry so much more meaning. And I think that that emotional intelligence side is what we need to be leaning into versus like the rules side. So as we're moving into this new paradigm in general over the next few hundred years, I really definitely think that nobody's going to care about cursing past maybe in like 10, 50 years. We'll get there, right? Like how far ahead of the curve is this goal? I don't know. 30 years?
I feel like school, like regular structured school systems are crumbling in the next 5 years. So
I would say so too. I mean, people aren't even learning cursive anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know how you feel about that. I love cursive.
Me too. I felt like it was so artistic, like beautiful.
Yeah.
I even took
I'm on
like,
the conspiracy side
classes.
of TikTok. Right. I did calligraphy too. But on the conspiracy side, they're saying they're not teaching it, so we can't read the Declaration of Independence anymore.
Oh.
Because it's all in cursive, supposedly. But that is
Interesting.
interesting that because everything is so tech and the communication is getting so different, that cursive is completely a dying way of communicating or writing scripture. Like, what would you even call it?
Yeah, a way of writing. I mean, I feel like it's really interesting as technology comes in. One of the themes that I've been studying actually in human design a bit more on my personal journey is there's so much future focused energy that you can have in your human design chart. Like for example, if you have gate 7 or gate 31, those are super future focused. But there's also an equal amount of past focused energy in your human design chart. Like if you had gate 13 or gate 33, these are very past focused. And I have 31 and 33. So I have it on both sides. And so does Shayna. I'm not sure about your chart, Steffi, but I'm sure that you have a mixture of that in there too. And one of the things I was thinking about is like, I see why it's so important to look towards the future and the children that we're raising and the future that we're creating. But I kind of had this deeper question within myself of like, why is it important to look at the past though? Besides the fact that history repeats itself, a lot of the things in human design, it's deeper than that. Like we're really meant to bring some version of continuity into the future. And I was like, why is that important? And I went down this whole rabbit hole of like Googling continuity. And it's really interesting. It was, come up with this sort of like metaphor about having roots in your past. And if you don't pass forward certain things, then your roots become really shallow. And as a tree grows really tall into the future with really shallow roots, it becomes vulnerable and it can blow over in a storm. And it was kind of a light bulb moment for me because I was like, I never think about which traditions from the past should be upheld and brought forward. I'm so much more about like, burn it all down, fuck everything from the past. Like we need to start over fresh. There's not a ton of things that I feel like I've naturally been like, this is important and we need to preserve it. And recently I've been looking more into that. Like, what are the things that really should be valued from the past that we want to bring forward as a form of continuity to create really strong roots as we move forward? And I think things like creating art, obviously, this is a big topic with ChatGPT and AI, how AI is creating so much art for us. A human sitting down and painting is something that provides such strong roots when we are in a storm. you know, if we're talking about that metaphor. It's so true. And also simple things like cooking food in a long form, making bread, all of these things are having a renaissance because they really do fill us and connect us to our ancestry and give us this grounding rod as our world is changing so quickly. So I don't know if cursive needs to be added on that list or not, but I certainly enjoy it and feel like it's a creative expression to be able to write in that way. And yeah, I'm curious if like that makes sense to you guys, or if you're like, what are you talking about?
No, and I feel like it's all about the like consciously pulling from your roots, right? Like consciously pulling from like, these are traditions or these are practices or rituals that I have intention to bring into my life and into my future,
which I feel like is
like doing something mindlessly, like this is what we've always done, this is the way it works, this is America, this is you know,
and I think
whatever,
that's why
like,
I've been so rebellious against it, is because of my whole life it's like, we do this because it's what we've done. And it's like, but why? And is this really good for us? And is this really something that deserves to be moved forward? And so I feel like I've kind of shut myself off to seeing those things because because so many people do it so blindly without intention.
And honestly, I feel like you just described patriarchy. It is that energy of like, we do this because that's what we've always done. And we do this because this is what you're told. And like patriarchy is very hierarchical, where like, the man is the head of the household, but he answers to his boss and he does whatever his boss tells him, and his boss answers to his boss and he does whatever his boss tells him. And then if maybe they're in the army and they do whatever the military tells them, or whatever the president or whatever the leader, like it goes
until
up
you
and
get
up and up
all the way up to the final male boss with a white beard in the sky, which was God.
Exactly.
Like,
and it's
you
like
know,
you
in
do
that
whatever they
version.
say.
I thought you were going to mention someone in Congress. Sorry. You were like the oldest
I just
man
mean like
all the way
I
up.
just
Sitting in
mean
the
the
Senate.
fact, did you guys when you were little think that God, like you felt like people were telling you that God was literally a white man with a white beard floating in the sky? Because I 100% did. Like I literally got that
That's
image.
not specific to you.
Oh, well, like I literally am like, did
That's
someone
like,
ever tell me that
yes.
God had a white beard, or did my little child mind make that up? But I really
feel like it had to be a cartoon or something that we all saw.
Or just,
Oh God. Like because like you're not picturing Jesus on the cross.
I was about to say, it's like
you're picturing
it's like Jesus's dad.
Grandpa.
Is definitely
the
has a
King
white
Trident
beard.
from The Little Mermaid.
I was literally just about to say King Trident meets like Hercules, but then I'm like getting turned on because I love King Trident.
Which was in our last Spiritual Sleepover episode,
Like,
which I still
Father
haven't
God,
watched.
stop.
Little Mermaid.
I can't. Oh my God. Somebody is literally turning this off right now and like saying like 4 Hail Marys and like cleansing.
They're turning it off and turning on The Little Mermaid to see what's happening.
Which, have you guys seen that thing? I feel like, Steffi, you have because you're on TikTok. But have you seen the images of the biblically accurate, I put in quotes, angels, and what they would originally looked like and were described as?
Yes, it's incredible.
Have you seen it, Shayna?
No.
My gosh, they're like giant eyeballs, like sort of like an eye of consciousness with these like
Prisms
geometrical prisms and shapes spinning around them. And so like the oldest writings that they can find describing what angels looked like, where they were more like these geometric forms of light that had sort of like an eye of consciousness. And then over time, it's been rewritten for them to look like basically blonde white women with white wings. But that's way different from the original writings.
Have either of you seen one of your angels before?
I have, yes.
Yes.
And she is a white woman.
Mine's not.
Well, she's not like skin colored white, but she is like a white light.
Yeah, mine was a white
Like a
light too.
clear
Faceless, though.
white.
Did yours have a face?
Mine's faceless, but she has a very hourglass feminine body, like almost like a goddess body with a really like thin waist and really big hips, which I did like an angel reading before. And she told me that my angel carries this like very, very goddess feminine quality, and that in this lifetime, my physical body does as well, because that's part of my karma, like to rise into power while having like a very feminine body. I put in quotes because I think that's something that when I was younger, I really struggled with. Like when I was like 12, 13, people being like, you have birthing hips and blah, 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 and you have big boobs. Like that was something that made me feel less powerful or less desired. And so anyways, I think it's interesting that my angel has that like shape in every lifetime, but in this lifetime, my body sort of mirrors it.
That's so special. Yeah, mine was faceless, but also I've seen, I don't know if they're the same. I feel like they were the same angel. It's weird. I don't even want to like gender them because it just feels like so unnatural too.
Totally.
But both of them were times in like extreme crisis. And one of them I'm almost positive was like a near-death experience. And it was crazy because it was in high school, and the boyfriend I was with at the time, we were both in this car. We were stuck in a snowstorm. I was 2 blocks away from my house. The car broke down, but it was like kicking back gas like into the car, and it locked us in. And so we were breathing in fumes. And there was a point where we were losing consciousness a little bit. And all of a sudden we both looked behind us. Yes, I get chills. I think I've told this on my podcast before, but I'm writing it in my book right now. Then all of a sudden this like bright, glowing, like bright as can be day, it lights up the entire car. Like we thought someone was flashing us with a light. And then I'm like, do you see her? And he's like, who? And we both look behind us in the review mirror, whatever, in the back windshield. She's floating, and it's just literally like a triangle of light with no face. But it looked like almost like a long draping light, almost like a dress, a cape. Wow. And then all of a sudden, we're like losing consciousness. The car kicks back on, the engine kicks back on. We're able to like unlock the door or like roll down the window really quickly so we can get some air. And then we ended up having to walk home because the car was like basically stuck in the snow. But like I'm almost positive this angel saved our lives.
100%.
Wow. How have I never heard this gate of shock ass story before? You just have
one of the many times
I was going to say you have so many that like this one has not even made its way to our ears yet. But wow.
But what's crazy is he saw it too. Like at the same exact time. I'm like, do you see her? But again, I just said her because it was natural. But again, he was like, who, what? And he was freaked out too. But again, it was like, then we kind of blew it off to, oh, maybe we were kind of like losing consciousness. And then about like a year later, we'd broken up, and he called me. He went to college. I was like a senior now. He called me and he's like, I just need to talk to you about that night because I can't stop thinking about it. And we had to like have a talk about it. He's like, I think that was God. And I was like, I think it was, or an angel. And he's like, I think so too.
I have chills on my legs. If you've never had a real near-death experience, like I feel like stuff like that happens and it feels so clear. Like you have such a strong knowing of what it is without being able to explain it. And like the fact that both of you saw, both of you knew, and both of you had that feeling like it saved your life. It helped you through.
And it was so peaceful. Like even if I were to die right at that moment, I felt nothing but peace and love. Like if they, whatever, swept me up in their arms that moment, I would have been like, take me, it's fine. I felt so loved and so safe in that moment, even though my human self and my logical brain would be like, I'm dying. How do I get out of the car? How do I fight or flight? But it was like, nothing in that moment made me feel scared or panicked. You know what I mean?
That's so amazing. Yeah, I feel like
I've never had anything like that happen.
You don't have gate of shock. Yeah, like how many near-death experiences have you had, Shayna? Well, how many?
She's never even had food poisoning.
I'm like, tell me.
I get so upset when you talk about.
Oh, I was just thinking giving birth. No, I was just thinking giving birth is like.
I saw something recently that was like
death life portal.
You tell someone like all your trauma, and then they're like, "God, you've done so well. Like that's amazing." You're like, "Thanks. I only remember like 45% of my life. Like I have no memories." And so yeah, when you were like, "Well," I was like, "I do. Tell me, what was it?"
Like, do you know if you ever almost drowned when you were little?
No.
Ooh.
Oh, I did. I almost drowned. Literally almost died.
But see, I don't have memories from my childhood, and I have no one to tell me what. I always sound so dark. But like, I don't feel dark when I say it. The words sound dark, but my heart is light.
Light.
That's how it feels.
The intention behind it.
And you are a very light person. And then I think your body has protected you in some ways from your trauma. Like that is a very common response is like I similarly like don't remember some parts of childhood. And I think that's actually a really beautiful gift in a way is to not remember those things.
And it's interesting because I'm a Scorpio. So I have I'm House Slytherin. Like I am such a little Slytherin bitch. But I am also super light. I don't know. I'm super light.
Easy breezy beautiful.
Easy breezy beautiful. I will say though, in regards to angels not having gender and being like a shimmers of light or just energy or like geometric shapes, like that really resonates with me. And I do feel like I've seen that. And I remember like some childhood memories seeing that before. And I did, though, when I was younger, I do remember this in the desert, definitely seeing UFOs, like 100% and with other people and all of us being like, and it was, we've seen some crazy shit in the desert anyways, because of like, we were on a naval base. So like there's different rockets and things where you're like, it's this. And then you find out later, like, no, it was this rocket or it was this like whatever. Suspicious. Right. So we were like, we knew like, if something was sus or not. And this for sure, like what I'm thinking of, like all of us were like, that was 100% aliens. There's no way that we could explain it other than that. And so that's like my most shocking gate of shock thing that's ever happened. Like
I've never seen a crazy UFO. I thought I did the first time that I saw Starlinks in the sky because I didn't know what they were, and where we live, we can see them rising when it's dark here, but they go up so high that the sun illuminates them, so they look insane. Like the cloud behind it looks like so otherworldly. So the first time that we saw Starlinks, we were like, that is like some alien crew like coming into the world. And then we Googled it and we found out it was just Starlinks. So yeah, every time I've ever thought I saw a UFO, there always was some other explanation, and I've never been able to actually have that experience.
Me either, actually. No.
Really?
I'm an absolute believer, and I'd easily be like, yeah, take me, I'm fine. But I have never had an experience. I've been outside
now that
before.
I have a child, I'm like, take me, but like take my whole family, but like, wait,
take us all
are
together.
You nice? And like, are you gonna traumatize her?
We were just
there's so many more dynamics now. Before I used to be like, take me, I'm totally fine.
Easy peasy.
Like, sign me up.
Easy choice.
And now I have a lot of emotions around it.
We were just working on our calendar, like planning for my maternity leave, Shayna and I, and we were all the way into February of 2027 planning things through. And Shayna's like, well, what do we want to lead in this month? And I'm like, I literally can't answer that because I feel like the aliens will have already come by then, and whatever we talk about or organize, like it's not going to make sense once the aliens are here. I literally had that feeling internally. Like I'm dead serious. I mean, Undefined Spleen, so who knows if it's right or not, but I was like, I can't answer that question because the whole world's going to change after the aliens like really make their presence known.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the most shocking things in my life have been the Undefined Spleen lying to me, like dead set, like
you think
there is someone in my house.
Yeah.
There is someone
explain that for
in.
someone who really doesn't understand about what that will feel like.
So if you have an undefined spleen in your human design chart, it's the one on the bottom left, and it will be white. It'll be not colored in. That means it's undefined. And so your spleen is like your sense of intuition, your sense of safety and health. And so if it's defined, you have a consistent access to like instincts or intuition of like, this is safe, this isn't, this is going to happen, this isn't. And it's always right for you. It hits and you just get that signal. Now, if you have it undefined, it's inconsistent, meaning sometimes it's right because you're amplifying somebody else's spleen, and other times, most other times, it's not right, and it's just inconsistent. And so you can pick up on other people's fears and think that they're true and that they're yours and not really realize that it's coming from someone else. You can also do that with other people's health. And so for Dana and I, like we have completely open spleens, no gates at all. So we're designed to be fearless on our own. Like we're not designed to have any fears that we're karmically here to transmute or alchemize into trust and into instincts. We're meant to be completely open and fearless. Now, the undefined spleen part of it, though, that is like, I guess, the lived experience is that you can feel like someone's breaking into your house and no, it's not happening. Like I can feel it in my body. Like I just feel like this is going to happen tonight, or I feel like there's like something bad, and then absolutely not, never happens. And so it's like unreliable, right? That's why some people with undefined spleen can really live in a place of fear and not trusting the world. So having this information is really the key in how you transcend that. But I literally like, when my ex-boyfriend, this is a good story, I guess. My ex-boyfriend staying at his house one day, I stayed the night and he left to go to work. And so I was at his house alone and nobody was there. And I'm laying in bed and I just like got this feeling like, I don't know why. I feel like maybe he didn't lock the front door, or like somebody's like gonna get into the house. This was before I knew about human design. And then all of a sudden, so I was kind of right, I guess, the door of the bedroom like starts like jiggling like crazy. And he normally locks that bedroom door when he leaves. He like locked me in. I'm not with him anymore.
Why?
Yeah,
Beauty and the Beast.
Circle back to that afterwards.
Your bell. He's the beast.
Locked me in, so I felt like safe and secure in the room. I don't know. Like I can unlock it. I can unlock it from the inside. Like he would lock it and then close it.
Wait,
you know?
is this N or K? Ex-boyfriend.
N.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense.
So then, stop. It makes more.
Everyone in this podcast is fictional.
Oh my god.
For copyright purposes.
So he would lock the door and close it, right? That's definitely not the name. But that is somebody I dated in high school, so we shouldn't say that.
Sorry.
Back to
I was just trying to get a different N name.
Okay, so
Norbert. All right.
So the door starts jiggling like crazy and I'm in there like, oh my God, I was right. Like, fuck, somebody broke into the house. Like maybe they're like stealing shit, but like they can't come in because the door is like locked. Like the bedroom door is locked. And so my heart is racing. I'm so petrified. I get under his bed and wedge under there because it's like a low bed. So it's not that big of a space. And I like wedge under the bed and I'm laying there like so still, like scared to breathe. I have my phone and I text him like, somebody broke into your apartment. Like they're trying to get into the bedroom, but the door's locked. Like
you
call 911.
that?
Like I'm texting him like, holy fuck. Like, did you leave the front door unlocked? Like, I don't understand, whatever. And my heart is literally, I'm like trying not to breathe loud. Like I literally think somebody's in the house. The door flings open and I'm like, oh my God, they're in the room. I'm like texting him like, fuck, like slow text. So I haven't sent like the latest one. Like I sent the first few and I'm like typing like, they're in the room,
because
like, so
it was
slowly,
the old
I'm, like,
school
doing
phone that wasn't an iPhone.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm doing it on an iPhone. But it's like so close to my chest because that's how low the bed was. So I'm like trying to see what I'm typing, but it's like really close to my chest if you're not watching the video of this and it's hard to tell. But then all of a sudden I see fucking his dog's paws walk by the edge of the bed and it was his dog trying to get into the bedroom and he didn't lock the bedroom door like I thought. The dog was trying to open it but it was struggling like with the handle and then finally it got it and pushed the door open super hard and literally no danger, nothing at all, just the dog. And I had to text him and be like, hopefully you didn't call the police because just your dog opening a door, first of all, like what? Second of all, that's the undefined spleen. Like I was completely safe and I thought like I needed to call 911. I was about to be kidnapped or murdered or robbed. So
You forgot that he has a dog?
No, I just didn't know his dog. Like I was asleep in his room.
Normally his dog would be in the room with you.
No.
Like on the floor?
Not Dana
I
with
just
the follow-up
never.
questions.
I didn't know that his dog tried to open his bedroom door.
You're not buying it. Wait, this reminds me actually of when we went on a walk in Tahoe like a couple months ago, and it was Shayna, it was me, you. I think Dana, you stayed back. It was me, you, Andrew, our husbands, Andrew and Brian, with our babies. And there was like a dog across the block, and Shayna's like, "Okay, hold on, block the strollers." Like, do you remember this?
Yes, I was
Like,
so scared they were gonna come bite the babies.
Like they're gonna the dog is gonna come because it was off leash, come bite, and like we didn't even flinch. All three of us like didn't even pay you no mind. And all of a sudden you take a breath and you're like, oh, got it, defined spleen. And that was such good awareness on your part because, and then I started second guessing, like, is that dog about to maul my baby? But like, I had no fear. So that's, I think that's also another example of how that can
totally 100%. Where like, I am so convinced. And it's also why like people with defined spleens typically aren't that scared of bugs, or like they're like fine because they realize like, no, that specific type of bug isn't going to hurt me. It's just gross.
And it's
whereas
instinctual.
Like I
they
literally
don't have to
feel
analyze
like
it
could kill me. And it feels so real. And then it's like, but it's not. So yeah, definitely if you have the undefined spleen, you're looking to the defined spleens. But the one really good gift, well, there's several, but a really good gift of an undefined spleen is that you can sense in other people if they're unhealthy or toxic or have something weird going on in their energy, afraid, and you can hold space for them. Like you can sense like this person's afraid, and that's always right. Like your instincts about other people and like what they're feeling in their body is right versus like a sense of like what's going to happen or like a sense of what they're going to need in the future. Like that's what a defined spleen would sense.
Yeah, so if you're undefined, you're more empathetic towards what other people are sensing in that realm. But if you're defined, then you have an instinct about the environment around you in that present moment. But anyways. Great story.
There you go. Great story.
Well,
okay.
Go. Go ahead.
No, please, Steffi. You what?
Well, I don't know if this is even a leeway, but I was going to say we're talking about like instincts and things like that. I wanted to bring up what we talked about when I saw you a week ago about the burnt toast theory. I wanted to bring that up because I feel like it was a really fun little, and I had a few stories for are you open?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I honestly don't remember the burnt toast theory.
Oh, I don't think I told you. I told Dana though, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
I know
good.
the burnt toast theory. Which
I was questioning my sanity.
Wait, yeah, Dana, say the burnt toast theory, what you thought it was.
Well, you're like, Dana, do you know the burnt toast theory? And I'm like, I just know that people say if you wake up in the middle of the night smelling burnt toast, then you could be having a brain aneurysm or a stroke. I can't remember which one it is, but it's like a well-known thing. Like, I think it's a stroke. Yeah. So like if you wake up smelling that, and there's been so many times in my life where my undefined spleen wakes up in the middle of the night. I'm like, is that burnt toast? Am I having an aneurysm? And I'm not. And so I ranted that whole thing, and Steffi's like, no, that's not it at all. Like that has absolutely nothing to do with what I was gonna say. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, tell me.
Well, no, that's valid. That's a real like medical, not that I'm a medical professional, but like, yes, that is legit. So anyone if you are smelling burnt toast, like go see a doctor. Okay. Like
go to a doctor.
Again, we're going to have
an undefined spleen after this podcast. You might be thinking you smell burnt toast, but actually you don't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true.
Okay.
That is true.
Right. Everything. We're going to get a lawyer after this episode. Basically the burnt toast theory is like a small inconvenience in your life can offset your day for a very positive, or the universe is redirecting you in some sort of like fantastical way. So they say like if you burn toast, it's always so annoying when you burn toast because you're like, and God, I burnt my toast and then I have to go and do it again. Even though it's like, dude, it's literally bread. You have more on your counter. You can, but you know, it's like just an annoying thing. Your whole house smells, whatever. So they're saying that when you burn toast, actually it's the universe stalling you because maybe when you get in your car, you would miss an accident, or maybe this flight that you're missing for whatever reason you miss it, and then all of a sudden you sit next to someone in the airport and it ends up being your soulmate. So those types of things.
Yeah, it's like all meant to be.
Yeah, and it's like a little bit like butterfly effect-y, right? But butterfly effect is like a chain of events happen in your life. Like, okay, if I didn't date this a-hole in college, I wouldn't have met my best friend, and then that best friend introduced me to my new now husband. You know, it's like that type of thing. Burnt toast is like, this is a day thing. So the reason I was talking about the burnt toast when I saw you last week, I have been thinking about it a lot because I am someone that just hates anything that's admin or anything that stalls me. I'm like, gosh, I just hate doing laundry. I hate folding. I hate doing this. I hate packing for a trip. So when I was leaving to come see you girls in Palm Springs, I really wanted to get there at a certain time to check into the hotel and do all this admin stuff that I was like dreading. And so as I was getting ready, I could not find my sandal. And I'm like, this is so weird. And I'm like, burnt toast theory. That's the first thing that came to mind. I'm like, burnt toast. And I was like laughing. It took me 30 minutes to find this shoe that ended up being in, my daughter has this little like stroller that she puts her little babies in. It's a little play stroller. She put my sandal like in the stroller like it was a little baby.
Your one like, sandal, not both.
One
just
sandal.
The one.
Right.
Of
and
course,
she's,
naturally.
She's never done that. She's a Libra, so she loves shoes. I'll say that. But no, she genuinely loves shoes. Today, actually, in music class, she went and picked up some girls' shoes and like held them up. I was like, that's not our
like,
shoes,
I
honey.
like these.
Yeah, she's like, ooh, they were like multicolor rain boots. So I was like, I get it. Anyway, but she put this one shoe, which she'd never done before. So I was like, burnt toast theory. So then as I was driving, I got another instinctual hit. I'm like, I really need a Diet Coke. And for whatever reason, I need it to be from Arby's. And I've never been to Arby's. Don't judge me. I've never been to, but I was really also like, I don't know why. And then I passed an Arby's. I know. Trust me, this was spirit led. And then I was like, wait, it has to be from Arby's. I passed an Arby's, but it was on the left-hand side. I couldn't get off the freeway. I was like, I'm going to go. And then all of a sudden it hit me like, I need to get off the freeway now. I get off the freeway. I can't find the Arby's. It takes me, because again, like I could have passed any fast food place that have a Diet Coke, right? So I like keep on turning left and left and left till I find an Arby's. I decide to get out of the car. I don't know why. I go inside. I was like, okay, whatever. So all of these little tiny little like stalling things happen. I get back on the freeway. It was maybe only a 2-minute pit stop. I get back on the freeway and ahead of me, I see burning smoke up in the air, like completely covering the entire sky. And I'm like, what the heck? And it was literally 2 minutes ahead of me where this detour took me, whatever. And then I pull up, there's traffic, right? Slowing down. I could tell something had just happened and like literally could smell whatever burning in the air. There was a car fully engulfed in flames, literally right ahead of me.
And I saw the video. She took a video of it. I've never seen a car like that much on fire. I've seen cars like smoldering or something, but this one was like completely in huge, gigantic flames.
That is insane. Wow.
So,
wow.
Does that,
like I was saying,
does that mean that your daughter is so connected to spirit for her to be the original trigger in that chain of reaction?
I could cry. Yeah, probably.
Like,
because she's never done that since, and she's never did that before that day. She's never
just
done
like,
that.
Mama,
Like,
you need to slow down.
So was that.
cool
So was
that
Arby's.
It's just
give credit where credit is due.
It's just cool that the original starting point of that story was with your daughter. And how like your souls are karmically connected, because it's not always like a person that starts the burnt toast. Like it could literally be burnt toast that holds you up. But
That's
in
true.
this case scenario, it was your
I
daughter.
feel like I've always felt like that feeling, like in general when I'm late or when I'm like in traffic or when something happens and now I can't. I'm always like, okay, I'm being like, maybe I'm
Redirected.
avoiding an accident. Maybe I'm like, you know, like.
Or like when your plane gets delayed
for me.
because they're
Yes.
like doing something, and you're like, okay, well, it is annoying and it does change my whole plans, but I'm glad that I wasn't on that plane that they're
Correct.
pausing or stopping or whatever. Like I don't want to be
like
like, clearly the universe is telling me that's not my plane.
But I do think the difference between defined spleen and undefined spleen, I don't know why this is the topic today, but it wanted to be, is that the defined spleen is like, I need to get off the freeway now. Like,
Right.
I'm
Yes.
just getting that hit. I need to get off now. Like, I was being redirected. I need to follow it and just do it. Whereas for me in the experience of the undefined spleen is just like in full trust with life. Like, okay, like I trust that if I got on the freeway right now, then that was the right time. And like, I'm not going to get a hit that's like, I need to get off right now, but I will feel like
life brings
this
you
feeling
that way.
of like, yeah, like the more that I just trust and don't judge and don't fight the stream and don't like rush the thing, and I'm just like fully trusting, like life will bring me to like that. But I never get like a hit of like, oh, I need to do this right now.
Same.
Ever.
Or I do and it's completely wrong. Like it actually has nothing to do with anything. Wait, can this burnt toast theory
so
also
true.
be like the final result is a blessing? It's not just like protecting you from danger, but it's like aligning you with the synchronicity.
Yes. I looked up a ton of stories, and one of my favorite ones that I saw was this guy was supposed to go hiking with, it's minor. His guy was supposed to go hiking with his friend, and he could not find his hiking shoes literally anywhere, and he decided like not to go on the hike. And then he's like, I have to go buy new hiking shoes. He goes to go get new hiking shoes, and his wife is the one who ended up selling him the new shoes.
Like that's how
Like
they
the
met.
person, yeah,
that's how they met. Yeah, sorry, that was
wow.
I like
Like
buried
his
the
future
lead.
wife was the
Yeah,
one who sold
sorry,
him
he
the
met-
shoes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
that's
my
so
story,
cute.
obviously, but like
Yeah.
he met this woman who ended up being his wife. Yeah, sorry. And then I read another one, which was about 9/11, which there's a lot of those burnt toast theories for 9/11.
I bet.
But
Oh,
yeah.
the biggest one that I read, or that someone wanted to share on Reddit, was this one guy, him and his brother, every single like Tuesday or whatever that day was on 9/11, go and get breakfast at the top of the World Trade Center. And he was trying to quit smoking, but he had this like urge for a cigarette. And so then he was annoyed because he went to go get his pack of cigarettes and they were gone. And so he like got off on the subway, had to buy a new pack. So this is like burnt toast in a bad habit form type of way. But he went to get a cigarette, and then he got back on the train. And as he was walking up, right there, like he saw it happening. And so
Wow.
then he quit smoking that day. But he said like, that's so, if I would have quit smoking a week before that, right? Or like that one urge for a cigarette. I've never had an urge that crazy in my life. Like, so that that burnt toast theory, it's just basically a small minor inconvenience where you could spiral. You could be like, gosh, I can't believe this is happening. It's not necessarily toxic positivity to be like, I trust, but I do believe, and if we bring it back to the angels and how we're divinely protected, of course we have free will, like choosing to smoke a cigarette or choosing to go to Arby's, right? But like I still feel like there is divine guidance there.
Totally.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I feel that so deeply.
I was trying to think of ones that have happened in my life, and I really can't think of ones personally, but my uncle was driving. So in 1989, we had a huge earthquake in the Bay Area where I grew up. It was so big that it collapsed the Bay Bridge. The whole bridge fell and like hundreds of people died. And he was on his way home and the lane was closed and he couldn't get over in San Francisco. So he had to like take a right and it detoured him. And so he was just literally 30 seconds behind and then got on the Bay Bridge. He was on the Bay Bridge, but he was on the very entrance of it. So he wasn't in the middle, which he would have been if he didn't get stuck in this lane and had to take another block. And he was on the bridge when the bridge collapsed and all of these hundreds of cars fell into the bay and a lot of people passed away and a lot of people were injured. And like he still to this day, every time that like we talk about driving or whatever, he always brings it up because he's like, you know, just go with the flow, like be patient. If you get redirected or whatever, like don't try to muscle your way in because it literally could be the universe protecting you from something like that.
Totally. I feel like there's so many times in my life where I've been like, thank God that we, you know, booked this flight versus that flight, or thank God we arrived. Like when we went to Hong Kong, like
and
we arrived and like
super
20
typhoon.
minutes later, it was like locked down. Like we barely made it to the apartment and we got locked down for 48 hours for the biggest typhoon that's ever hit Hong Kong. Like, and it was awesome, but it was like we could have been totally stranded in an airport in a foreign country, like where we don't speak the language and all of this shit, like but that none of that happened.
And I was going to say, that's a great example of us all being undefined spleen bitches, because we just were like,
oh, yeah,
what's the worst that could go wrong? And I don't know if we're just lucky or if the universe actually is orchestrating in our favor. I like to think the latter. But like so many people with defined spleens were like, did you guys check the weather? Like, what are you doing? Why didn't you cancel your flights? And we're like, we trust the universe. And like we did. We were,
and even during the typhoon, like shit was going down, and we were like, we're safe, like, but like probably weren't safe. But that's the undefined spleen. Like you think you're safe when you're not, fine. And you think you're not safe when you are, and you're like, I gotta make sure I lock the doors, and like,
but
literally you did.
This whole conversation of like randomness versus divine orchestration, I think is a really fascinating conversation. I just went on a tangent the other day with a friend about butterflies, like being spirit symbols, and also butterflies with their wing patterns, like looking like the eyes of a predator on the butterfly wing pattern. Right now, the standard in science is that the way that happened was from randomness, random mutation over time. It just happened over time for the butterfly wings to start looking exactly like the eyes of a predator. Like there's this one, the blue Morphos butterfly, they're blue on the inside, but on the outside, their eyes look exactly like an owl, with a yellow eye, with a pupil, with a light source on the glass like of the eyeball. And the first time that I saw that in person, it just struck me on such a deep soulful level that there is no fucking way that happened from random mutation. There's no way. And I just knew it to the core of my being. Like, I know that that's what science is currently saying, but
the
we
audacity
are missing
for
something.
A scientist to say, for any human to say that was random is like
insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, it doesn't make any
They're
sense.
wearing the hat.
They are, but that is the current standard. And like, for me, I just knew that butterfly is connected to a higher form of consciousness, like a higher seeing eye that can see these things and help orchestrate from some higher level. And interdimensionally, that knowledge can morph the genes of this butterfly in order to have this outcome. And so that is not scientifically proven, but I'm telling you, I felt that, like I knew it in every cell of my body just being there. And that's been something that has been like a beacon that I come back to, because sometimes when I'm in a more pessimistic mood, I'm like, I don't know, maybe everything is just fucking random. Maybe all of these stories we have about the birth toast theory or positivity and manifestation are all just fucking stories that we tell ourselves because they make us feel better, but maybe it is just fucking random chaos. Like, you know, sometimes I go into that space and it's like
all connected.
But going back to the butterfly, it really reminds me, like, no, there is divine orchestration. Like there is this constant communication between higher realms that are guiding this physical realm. And I feel like, you know, I think it's natural. I think it's human to go swing back and forth on the pendulum. But ultimately, I feel like the burnt toast theory is like another really, like if you have something like that happen in your life, it's another beacon for you when you're feeling hopeless or when you're feeling like life is randomly chaotic. You can come back to that story, like for you, Steffi, the story with the flip-flop, and it can just anchor you back into the fact that you are divinely protected and guided and that you're not alone.
And there's positive. First of all, thank you for so beautifully doing the takeaway on that, because I wasn't quite there when I wanted to bring the story. And I knew that eventually I would get there. But like your projector ass was like, and this is the beautiful message of what you were trying to say. But I just realized that meeting Andrew was kind of a burnt toast, my husband.
Whoa,
like,
do tell.
Low key. It's a short story, but I was supposed to go to a Stranger Things event that was on the pier and in Santa Monica, and I dressed up in like a full 80s outfit, and I had tickets, and I showed up, and they're like, sorry, like the oversold. And I was like, are you kidding me? I have tickets to this event. And they're like, we'll refund you, but you can't get let in. And I was so bummed. I was like, gosh, if we would have been like 10 minutes earlier, you know, that I could see them like just like closing the queue, right? Like we couldn't get in. And then my friend and I were dressed all in 80s outfits, and we're like, what the hell are we gonna do? It's Saturday.
This
and
is
I'm
such
like
a
too
you
old
story.
for this. I know. I'm like,
Really
I'm like
is.
too old to be dressed like this. I had just turned 30 like a week before that. And so we're like, let's go like down the street. And then my friend was like, oh, my two guy friends are actually at this like bar up the street. If you want to go there? I was like, sure. And one of them was my husband, Andrew. I met him that day.
Wow.
That
Is that burnt toast or is that like
crazy.
butterfly
Yeah.
effect? I'm like trying to like figure out which is which, but I think they're both.
I feel like
I
burnt
I think it
toast.
falls
It
in
was
the
a
same
convenience.
vein.
But I feel like the
Inconvenience.
burnt toast is like the first thing that happens. The first catalyst is inconvenient. So it seems
Yes.
like, oh man, like it seems like a sad thing, but it ultimately ends up really, which the butterfly effect I feel like is just saying that any small act has this ripple effect and it is like a domino chain. But for this one specifically, it's
true.
like being more positive, because even when something unfavorable happens to you, it could be redirecting you and guiding you. Like, that's so sweet. That's like a perfect example.
I was just,
Yes.
it came to me as we were talking about it because I told a story about that guy with his hiking shoes. So I had to, my 3-line had to make it up with a second story.
That's like Shayna. I mean, her burnt toast theory meeting Brian was that she had to get an apartment on Craigslist, and that's a little bit of a burnt toast moment.
That
And
is
then-
true.
I guess. Yeah. I did have to find an apartment on Craigslist, and I moved in with a random guy. And that was sus already, because it's like moving in with a man from Craigslist. But I had my own room and my own bathroom.
And that apartment was sick. Like, I feel like
I
it's
loved
yeah,
it.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah,
like a good
it was
location.
great.
But it was burnt
And-
toast in the beginning, just like, oh shit, like I'm out of this relationship and now I'm on my own and I'm reverting to Craigslist, and is that even safe? Like, it was kind of like an unfavorable
for sure,
unfolding
for
in the
sure.
beginning.
Yeah. And then, yeah, my husband was my new roommate's best friend. But I always say this, that the reason why I dated my ex-boyfriend was to meet my tax lady, because I love her so much. She does all of our DayLuna taxes and my personal taxes, and she is amazing. And I recommend her to everyone in my life. But
Well, I need her.
the
Yeah, you
same
do.
boyfriend with the dog in the
Yeah.
door.
And
Wow. We need to unpack what's going on with
I
him
needed
today.
a tax person. He was like, oh, you should use my tax lady. I met her in person in Irvine, and she did my personal taxes while I was dating him. And then we broke up, and I kept her, like, seeing her. And she
You
still
kept
does,
her
I
in the
think,
breakup.
all of his family and his taxes. I think she still does them. But I tell her every now and then, like, remember how I was dating this guy? And she's like, it's wild to me, Shayna, because now she, like, does my husband's taxes. She knows I have a daughter, like, all the things. But I literally only dated him because he was not
What?
what's the
Where are you
word?
going?
Bare minimum man.
This was, you know
Even
what? I
using
don't.
the word man was
I
bad.
don't judge anything before a Saturn return, so it's fine.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I was
really
like, was it? And it
kind.
was, yeah.
You were kind of
That's
like in the
kind.
midst of your Saturn return.
No, early. It was early, like 25.
20, yeah, 20.
But
25 was the
best thing I got out
darkest
of that
years.
whole relationship was my tax lady for life. Like, she stuck with me.
So if you're in a bad
But-
relationship now, just know it could lead you to your future accountant. And honestly, it's a blessing.
It could. And if you're 25, like, I'm sorry, honey. 25 is hard.
It was hard for
25
me.
is honestly like the hardest years, I feel like, so far. But I mean, we have a lot that we don't know. We also have a lot of amazing years ahead of us. Okay. Shit.
This is the vibe of the sleepover. It literally jumps from place to place to place. And when we're in person, by the way, this is not any different. It's exactly the same vibe. Maybe a little more booze, but
And popcorn.
Well, not for date. And popcorn.
That was
right,
really
for
fun to
those
have
that are-
popcorn last sleepover. I was living for that vibe.
Yeah, if we had popcorn on this, though, the crunching, Steffi would literally burst into flames like that
Steffi,
car.
I was just going
Like,
to ask you,
can't handle
what's
it.
it called? Misophonia?
Misophonia.
So does it apply for you to animals? Like, you know, the videos that are like ASMR where there's a little hedgehog and it's eating a little apple and
Eating?
it's such a cute crunch. Do you
love.
like those? Because I love them, but when a human is...
I feel like
snapping.
babies and animals it's
Are an
not as bad,
exception.
but like the ASMR stuff I absolutely cannot do. My husband breathing I can't do. So if it's someone that's like
feel
very
that.
close to me that I love, it's usually that, but not my girlfriends. But if they breathe or eat, Like the other day, Andrew had a corn on the cob. Sorry, I'm in luteal phase right now. But he was smacking on a corn on the cob, and I was like, "Are you doing that to try to be single?" Because the way he was, chomping, so it brings up, it enrages me. But anyway, you two are daintily eating popcorn next to me, and I did not feel any feelings of rage or
But if it was
anger.
over a microphone here in a virtual spiritual sleepover, I think you would have to leave.
What
Or we
about
would.
Shayna, that one time that we were on my parents' sailboat? We were like spending the night on the sailboat, and your nose was so
my
stuffy,
God.
and she kept being like,
Oh, I
and
would.
I
You'd be
just
thrown
literally
off.
snapped
Out
on
of
her.
nowhere.
I was like, Shayna, stop sniffing like that.
No, you didn't say like that. You said,
Oh.
Shayna, stop sniffing. And I was like, am I sniffing? But also, I remember this clear as day. It wasn't face to face. It was, we went to the bathroom at like the Embarcadero in San Francisco. Like we parked the boat, and apparently I'd been sniffing like this the whole time. And then we get to the bathroom. We're in separate stalls, and it's silent in there. And then I'm still sniffing apparently. And Dana, like through the stall, I just hear a voice like, Shayna, stop sniffing.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that has
shook
triggered
to my
my
core.
Do you not have misophonia? I feel like
Me?
no, Dana.
Oh,
you-
Dana.
I feel like I could be on the brink. Like, I feel like mine's not as severe as yours.
I feel
but
like Dana's is more like claustrophobia. Like she's heard the sniffing one too many times.
Yeah.
And now she feels trapped by them, and she needs
yeah.
some variety.
That's true.
Like
That's
I
a
can't be
good
around
assessment.
your sniffing because I've been around it.
that's
too
a
much.
that's a 4 quad, right?
Yeah.
Situation.
And triple
Exactly,
split definition.
triple split.
There's a lot of things. Also, I do think I have claustrophobia from childhood trauma, and it
For
comes
sure.
out in like emotional claustrophobia too.
Yeah,
Like,
like you've
not
asked me
just
too many
physical.
questions. If I ask her what, sometimes like I've been like what, like I couldn't hear her what, then she'll just eventually by like the end of the day she'll just stop answering me, and then I'll be like, and then I'll be like, can you clarify? I couldn't hear you, and you're like, no. And then I know I've been cut off.
I do that all the time to Jared. I was talking about how many things are unequal in our relationship. Like, he's not allowed to, but I am allowed to. And like, if I ever ask him a question and he doesn't answer me because he didn't feel like it, I'm like, bitch, I asked you a question. And then he's like, you don't answer me all the time just because you don't like want to. And I'm like, yeah, but
That's true.
it's me.
That's so funny.
So that's my toxic
Oh,
trait.
I love it.
But
I love it.
anyways, I brought a game, but it's actually a quiz that I wrote for
Oh.
the year of the fire horse. Yeah, I was trying to make up a game last night when I was laying in my bed, and instead I was like, I just really want to do a quiz because I love quizzes. So I don't want to tell you what it's for too much. I want you to take it first so that you can get a
Okay.
more accurate assessment, and for everyone listening the same. And then at the
And this
end
is
of
coming
the quiz,
straight channeled. It's not coming from Chat GPT for anyone wondering.
ChatGPT and I are like
love.
on bad terms lately. Like, I keep like feeling like it's just so like it's become a draining thing in my life, which when I first
agree.
started using ChatGPT, I felt like it was so inspiring for me. And I'm like, is it me or is it AI that's evolved? I'm not really sure. But now I'm really feeling like anything I create got to come from within. So, okay. Do you both have, actually, I can take your scores if you want, because you're going to be tallying if you're
Pen
getting
and paper?
mostly A's, B's, or C's.
Do you have a scan? Do we need a Scantron? Did you use Scantrons, or is that's also
Is that where you fill in the bubble?
Yeah,
Yes, we use
Scantrons.
Scantrons.
Oh.
You have to use a number 2 pencil.
I never
See,
knew it was
we're
called a
aging ourselves on this
Scantron.
podcast.
Or I
Scantron.
love me a Scantron.
Oh, I
Were
always
you
felt
one?
like,
I was about to say you guys probably bubbled in because I'm a man gen, so I'd have to go back and redo it because I would like try to not do all the
Skip
full
steps.
bubble. Yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, I think now that I'm really reliving how it felt, I hated the Scantrons. But I liked it when I think about like the teachers not having to grade and like just stick it into a machine and it like does their answers. you know?
Yes. Do we need pen and paper for this, Dana?
I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to take your scores for you. But for everyone at home, yes, I recommend either take out your notes app or a piece of paper and just tally how many A's, B's, or C's you get. There's only 7 questions, so it won't be that long. But I invite you to answer these questions quickly and to not overthink it, especially if you have an undefined spleen. Just go with the flow, let the universe guide you. If you have a defined spleen, you'll probably know right away a little bit more easily. But the first question is, when you see injustice in the world, your first instinct is to A, protect the vulnerable people around you and seek action to confront the injustice. B, to help heal the underlying psychological issues in people. So like instead of protection and confrontation, you're more wanting to look back and see on a psychological issue what needs to be changed. Or C, you're wanting to understand the injustice through some type of poetry or art or writing. Like you're really wanting to reflect on the injustice through a creative form. So A was action, so B was psychology, C was expression.
And when you say like when you see injustice in the world, is it like you're seeing something on like the news or social media, or you're like witnessing somebody get like hurt in front of you, or like a friend get like a shitty boyfriend? Like
I mean more like in the world,
levels?
like how right now we're all seeing injustices in the news and things like that.
Yeah.
So a bit more impersonal, like it's not happening in front of you.
Okay.
Mine is B, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say mine is B as well, but then like sometimes want to be A.
If I was gonna say I was in between A and B. I mean, if it was like a bad boyfriend, I would for sure be A. But then I would also be like, but let's look at your birth chart, so it would be B. You know what I mean? It would be
exactly.
So
Yeah, and
tough.
I'm like,
an
let's
A-B
look at the
combo.
cycles. Why is this happening? Like, what's happening with like the changes? Like, that's helpful, but also I'm like, let's fucking talk about it, because I really am feeling with Neptune moving into Aries, like it's fucking time to speak up. This fucking fire horse. I'm just like feeling like I want to fucking.
So are you
yell at
A or
someone.
B?
Yeah.
The G
What's your
center's
final
getting
answer?
there. I think that it's A and B. I think it's B and then A. It's B.
B first.
I think you're
Okay.
B right now, but you're really tipping on A.
B. Yeah, like
I agree with the Neptune
just
Aries. I did a whole
slipping
podcast
in the
on
tip
that.
for A.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, question number 2. If you had to hang art with one of these themes in your office for the rest of the year, would it have the imagery of A, a tiger, B, a rose, red rose, C, a peacock feather, like turquoise peacock feather?
C. We're supposed to do them fast.
But you have a defined spleen, bitch.
Sorry.
And your man-gin ass is like, move it.
I know.
Shayna loves to linger.
Me rushing. I know.
Yeah, G-Sitter doesn't know. I have to talk it out. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Welcome
No,
to
no.
a podcast. Where we're gonna chat. I do think
That was so good.
I think the rose. Like if I'm putting, well, but like what kind of tiger? I do think if it's like a cool little like,
Yeah, it could be
cool
like
tiger. I've been into like leopard little jaguar vibes.
Like, I think I would choose tiger, but I like the like more stylistic art, like a tiger, how you would see on like a tattoo or something like that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be a picture of a tiger, just like the theme of tiger, the theme of rose, or the theme of peacock feather.
Okay. I'm a BA. I'm sorry. It's both.
I'm a BA.
I'm a B. I'm a B.
A B. Sorry. That was
Okay,
job,
Shayna,
ladies.
what's your final answer? This is how every question's going to be, oh, A, you changed it.
Yeah, it's
she
A.
said I'm a BA.
Okay, great. All right, question number 3. You feel the most alive when you are A, wearing a fierce outfit and feeling really confident in your skin and in your body. B, you're feeling at one with nature. C, you're listening or dancing or singing to amazing music.
C.
Ooh. Lately, it's B for me.
Okay, great.
I'm just answering as of today.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, number 4. If you could spend a day connecting with a spirit guide in an astral environment, which environment would you choose? A luscious jungle filled with colorful flowers and birds. B, a natural hot spring in a beautiful green forest. C, in the warm sandbanks of a peaceful flowing river.
Oh my gosh. Will you repeat B again?
Yeah. Can you repeat the whole question?
The question? Okay. So the question is like, you get to go to this dream plane and hang out with your spirit guide in this like dream environment that's, really beautiful. A is a luscious jungle filled with colorful flowers and birds. And B is a natural hot spring in a green forest, like hot spring in the ground. C is a sandy, peaceful, beautiful river.
C.
B.
Steffi's B. Shayna's C.
I'm a B bitch. 4 bitch.
Yeah. I was a B/A, but
You're
now
a B,
I'm
A, C.
But you
C.
chose, you have the most C right now, Shayna.
Wow.
Okay. In a relationship, you crave A, fierce loyalty, B, spiritual depth and transformation, or C, communication and mental stimulation.
C.
Oh.
I feel like yours is A, Shayna. Loyalty.
Yeah.
You like depth.
I'm
though.
always so torn between B and A. I really think, that it's, loyalty in a relationship. I really do value loyalty, but also like you've got to be willing to transform and like.
Which one do you value and crave the most?
Right now.
Right now.
In this moment.
Spiritual depth and transformation or loyalty?
Yeah. I think it's.
I love how Shayna's plagued by this quiz.
Like literally life or death. Like you're
It's like
betting your
just
entire
supposed to be
family's
for fun.
safety.
It's all connected. It's gonna impact if I
It's
run
the
into
burnt
a fire on
toast.
the road.
The quiz
in
is her
2
burnt
months.
toast. And
That's
everyone
true. Every
listening-
time-
Exactly.
Every single time you take too much time and I can't do something else, I'm gonna say you're my burnt toast.
You're welcome.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna say A. Loyalty.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fierce loyalty. All right. Number 6. Which magical sacred tool would you select if given the opportunity? A citrine crystal sword that is like decorated with all a bunch of beautiful gemstones and crystals. And this citrine sword can help give others courage and self-empowerment. B is an alabaster jar of anointing oil that can awaken someone's third eye and help them start seeing. C is an acoustic dome filled with sound healing instruments that can instantly regulate anyone's nervous system and help heal their anxiety.
Oh, C. No questions asked.
Oh,
I mean, they're all amazing. Courage is really good too, though, and third eye. In my opinion,
Yeah.
like some people don't want their third eye open, like they're not ready.
That's
yeah,
true.
like you'll show.
And if you
them
give someone
something.
courage, it's like that's great, but it's not long lasting. Like a regulated nervous system to me is something that is so valuable, so they can have courage and so they can open their third eye. That's like my reasoning around it.
Ooh, like they can do it naturally on their own terms.
Correct. If they're regulated, for
That's
sure.
a really great answer. I choose
I'm
C
going
just
with
because my
A.
dream life is oh, you're going with A.
You know what? I was about to say all of the A's have reminded me of some book you're reading now about some like
Yeah,
warrior,
I
like
know.
hot warrior, like ripping in with his sword in the jungle, like to like ravage someone. Like that's what I'm getting from the A vibe. And B, it's like the spiritual princess who's like a little vulnerable and C's like walks in between, like the elf that's like there, like in the forest running around.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know.
so
I have to.
Are you choosing the citrine's crystal sword and the courage and empowerment?
empowerment. Like empowerment comes from within, but it's just like showing you like you are empowered. Like I'm cutting off your chains.
Yeah. No, this is a magical tool. Like literally you could take this sword and like bestow courage and self-empowerment on someone. So it's like powerful.
Badass.
Which I want to do for like the masses so we can fucking break down some shit.
Okay, so you're choosing A?
That's great. That's a good answer.
Is that your final answer?
A.
Okay, I love it. All right,
For the
last
record.
question. What is the most exciting thing about the year of the fire horse energy for you? Is it A, feeling an ease of movement and getting unstuck in your personal life or on your life path? Is it B, feeling passion for life through connection and friendship and deepening soul family? Or is it C, inspiration to create something new that can help the world? So A is like getting unstuck on your life path. B is like passionate connection and soul family and friendship. And C is inspiration to create something.
D, all of the above.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, mine's A for this one.
I'm stuck between B and A again.
I think mine's C for this one.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all so good.
Okay, I think I'm doing.
That makes sense for you, Dana, as you're like building a human right now. You know,
That's true. I'm in creation energy.
big time.
Yeah, I think A.
A?
Oh,
Shane
I
and
feel
I are in
like
our
B
postpartum.
though,
Because
I am feeling super cozy, connected, like community. It feels so important to me right now. But I feel like that feeds into like me getting unstuck in my personal life. So I'm gonna go with B.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm shocked.
our answers are all over. I love it.
Okay. So
And tell your answers too, Dana.
I got
I
the
know, you always do
exact.
that. No.
I got the exact same thing as Steffi. 3 B's and 3 C's, and 1 A. So me and Steffi are tied B and C.
That's
And
crazy.
Shayna got the most A's overall.
But what did I
in
get?
the end.
I know, but
So now I'll
How's
tell
the
you.
quiz?
Okay,
what
so
was
this
my
is what the
overall
quiz-
number? Like how many A's, B's, and C's?
3 A's, 2 B's, 2 C's.
Oh,
Oh, it was a tight race.
So it was a tight race,
Sorry,
but A
okay.
won for you. Okay, so what this quiz was in the year of the fire horse, I was thinking about the different divine feminine goddess archetypes that we can channel that will help us really like make change in the world in this year ahead. So if you got mostly A's, then the goddess archetype that, Shayna, this is you, that the year of the fire horse is wanting you to work with is the warrior mother Durga, the Hindu goddess Durga. And she is like badass, like super spiritual mother, but she rides on a tiger and is like fierce warrior and will literally like mama bear kill your ass to protect what is sacred. And so it's warrior energy. And Steffi called it out so perfectly. So this tells us that in the year of the fire horse, you are really being called to protect what is sacred. This year is asking you to stop shrinking your anger, but to actually allow your anger to be channeled into action. This year is asking you to draw clearer boundaries, to make big changes and take risks, and to not avoid making big changes, but to actually like be sharper and bolder with the action steps that you take. And to remember that you're not here to fight from hatred, but you're here to fight from devotion. So that's a really important counterbalance to working with this energy this year, is like, am I allowing this anger to be anger, or am I transmuting it back into love and aligned action?
love that.
So good.
Love,
Okay.
love, love.
So
That's
if you
good
got
for you
mostly,
right now too. It feels like that.
yeah, how do you, yeah, that's, so it's tiger, the tiger energy.
Yeah, no, that feels good.
Okay, love. Okay, so if you got mostly B's, then the goddess archetype that's calling you this
Wait,
year
what
is
did we get, Dana?
me and you got B and C tied.
Okay. So we just listened 50-50?
Yeah. So if you got mostly B's, then this is the goddess archetype of Mary Magdalene, telling you that in this year, you're here to help heal polarity and bring together unity and healing in individuals. So this year is asking you to embody your sensuality more and to actually step into reconnecting with that. It's asking you to help other people reclaim their yin and yang energy, or masculine and feminine energy within themselves, and to do that in your own life. So to check in if you've been kind of avoiding the yang energy of like taking care of business and making money, and you've only been in your feminine yin, or vice versa, to find that internal balance and to help other people do the same. And also it's asking you to create more beauty in your daily rituals through beautiful smells, delicious food, beautiful colors and flowers and incense, like creating beauty in your everyday life. Once again, tapping into your sensuality. And lastly, to commune with nature. So this year, in the year of the fire horse, if you got mostly bees, your power is really helping people use sensuality and wholeness as the revolution. And you also called that out, Steffi. You're like, the priestess that's like softer and blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Okay, and then if you got mostly C's, this is the Hindu goddess Saraswati, who's the creative goddess. She is the one that guides you to create poetry and art and also education. So if you got mostly C's, then this year, in the year of the fire horse, you're being asked to focus on teaching, education, creation, sharing your art, sharing your poetry, sharing your photography, sharing your writing more, and to help change the consciousness of the world through your self-expression. So this year, in the year of the fire horse, if you got mostly C's, your power is art as activism. So for Steffi and I, we got a tie of sensuality and connecting to nature and finding like healing and wholeness internally with masculine and feminine energies, and creation. And Shayna's in Durga warrior mode, but you also got equal parts for the other two as well.
Yeah, no,
coming
I'm
in
feeling
second.
that warrior mode.
And I love that all of us had
I love it.
different answers depending on what the question was, so we can embody that depending on what the situation is, and then we can look to those deities or goddesses when we want to embody that.
Yeah, so fire horse,
Dana.
Great
fire
job.
Horse here we go. I mean,
Why did you guys get so awkward when I just talked?
Because she said, she said, goddesses.
Why didn't you call it out? Shayna, when you don't call me out and you just look.
Goddesses.
Did I really say that?
Wait, like with an accent? With an accent?
No, it wasn't an accent, but it was not
Literally, the look on your face when I say something and you don't call me out, I'm more scared of you not calling me out than you actually calling me out. You looked at me like I was like had just literally done something insane, which I did. Goddesses.
Now we need to play it back, because if you didn't sound weird with it,
Yeah, I didn't really hear that.
I'm
Survey
losing
says.
my mind.
Survey says, DM us what you think.
I didn't really hear it.
Was
We
it
made
like
it to the end.
Yeah, let us know. We'll put a poll. I'm literally crying. It's crazy because mom brain is real. Everybody says that, but I forget, and I sometimes think I'm losing my mind, but I'm not. I'm just nursing. And I got you a push present, Dana, in Europe, and I lost it. Like unpacking, couldn't find it anywhere, nowhere. Brian and I have been scouring the whole house, unpacking every single thing for literally the last 2 weeks. And I checked everywhere, checked my nightstand 50 times. Literally yesterday, get to my nightstand, open it. It's right there, perfectly placed. And I'm like, an elf took that and hid it and then brought it back. Like a pack rat did some sort of exchange.
That was your burnt toast from an elf.
Literally, like, it was so crazy. And I'm like, how did my eyes not see that in the drawer? Like, I checked 500 times, and then I really just think that I'm just nursing. Like, I'm running a marathon.
Was this related to anything else?
Yeah, it's related to goddesses. And if you actually didn't say it weird.
Sorry, I was just confused where
like,
the stream of consciousness came from. Okay, did you think that too? I was like, where is the stream of consciousness going with that? Because you
from
started
mom
talking
brain.
like
It's
so
coming
serious.
from mom.
Well, I understand
maybe
the mom
you didn't
brain.
say it weird, but my brain thought that you did.
Well, I also have mom brain too, so I probably am like, Goddess.
I've seen so many people on social media be like, there was a glitch in the matrix and I lost my car. My car is not where I parked it. And I'm like, bitch, was there a glitch in the matrix or did you just forget where you parked your car?
How many times I've been like, my car is stolen without a doubt, and it's literally just on like the level above. Like that's happened to me. Okay, I want to play one more quick game.
Never happened.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Surprise,
Well,
surprise.
there's one or two. Okay, so one is one we've already played, which is MASH, which is a good old, when we go through and see who we're all going to marry, which I love, and we haven't played that in a while. Or there's one, it's very short. I was thinking we can rank if this thing that I tell you is a villain era or a healing era.
Let's do that
behavior.
Let's do that one.
Okay, cool. So the whole thing is like, you're in your villain era. It's like villain era, for those that know, it's like you're doing something chaotic like you normally wouldn't do. And then the healing era is like self-respect, nervous system regulation. But some of these will walk the line. Okay, ready?
And it's not bad to be in your villain era.
It's not bad to be in either of these.
Or
like,
okay, gotcha.
Healing era is like, okay, yeah, I'm showing respect. And then villain era is like bad bitch, baddie,
Gotcha.
whatever. Got it? Okay, the first one is blocking someone without explanation. Are you in your healing era or are you in your villain era?
Oh,
I think healing
I
era.
have so many follow-up questions. Like, I'm like,
Keep going.
why
Let's
did
keep
you
it
block them? Like, what?
How close were they
What
to
was the
you?
trigger? Yeah, like, are they a friend or a family, or
Or
are
if
they
they're just
random?
a random person that you're like, then it's like healing, protecting my energy. But if it's like a family member,
or
villain
just
era.
like, why did you block them? What was the trigger?
Steffi.
So God, you guys do this to me every time. We're like, I will come up with a game, like,
This
and
is
I
why
think
you shouldn't have
I've nailed it. I thought it's pretty much near perfect, ready for air, and then y'all come up with all the scenarios, like your four lines.
We're
your four lines.
mosquitoes. No,
Well, you guys
Every
care so
time.
much about other people, and I'm like, I don't. So I just answer the question. Okay.
And then the fact that Dana just quacked on here. But then also,
You did quack. I heard that one.
also the fact that
I'm
you
in tears.
do answer our follow-up questions and you make it up each time. Like
I do
you
entertain it
always-
every
and then
time.
You entertain it.
I'm
And it's
sweating.
just like
I'm
the
laughing
cancer
so
in
hard.
you.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is someone. I'm not gonna say anyone specific. You can use your imagination, but it is someone who's crossed your boundary twice already.
Okay,
Oh.
healing era. Thank you for that.
I was gonna switch. Okay.
You said villain era first.
I initially said a healing era.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you.
If
think
they
it's
crossed
villain.
your boundary twice, that's healing era, in my opinion.
Okay, beautiful. The second one
Okay.
is posting a thirst trap after a breakup.
Oh,
Healing era.
Villain
Or
era.
villain era.
Villain era.
I agree,
That's nothing
villain.
about that is healing. That's like
Why? What if you have like a great new body
I mean,
and you were
I think it
self-conscious
could be-
before?
I think it
You're
can be super
posting it.
fun and like, why not? But it's more villain era vibes than like,
yeah.
healing
I don't think
era
it's
vibes.
bad.
yeah, like I
I
think
think
it could be
it's, like,
sassy and sexy and fun
More
and
like I don't give
batty.
a fuck. I'm posting this now, and I never would have before. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
It's like villain in a good way.
Okay, I wrote this one. But I'm gonna change it in real time because you're gonna ask questions. Okay, keeping your read receipts on.
You're what?
Oh,
Keeping your read receipts on.
where people can see if you read it.
Yeah.
Why would you
That's
do
like,
that?
why would you do that?
Villain.
That's not.
To show someone maybe you're ignoring them.
Or you're
Oh, like you want them
boomer.
to know that you read it?
Maybe.
I feel
don't
like
know.
that's it. You're in your boomer era, or you're in your.
No, Boomer wouldn't know how to turn on a read receipt. Are you kidding?
Well,
or
they just
I
always
felt
had
like you
it
had to
on.
turn them off.
Yeah. I vote
Wow.
villain. If you want someone to know that they're left on red, that's villain era.
I feel like you're in your fucking nerd era if you like turn that shit on for people to see. I don't know. I
What?
turn it on
Nerd
just
era?
for my husband to see because we're always texting important stuff about Isla. Then I'm like, did he see what I said? but
Meaning you turned his on?
I turned it on to where he turned his on so I can see it, and vice versa. We
Okay,
had an
let's say you
agreement
wanted
to
his
both
phone and
be on
turned it up.
red.
Oh, okay,
No.
You
It was
can't
his
just
idea, actually.
Like it or heart it if you got it.
No, like say I'm getting her down and I'm like trying to text, like, can you bring me this thing for her?
Yeah.
And then it's helpful to see like, oh, he read it and so he's gonna go grab it, or vice
Andrew
versa.
has
He's
his
telling me
on.
something.
But why
I have
can't he
mine
just
off.
like it or thumbs up it when he saw it?
Because then it buzzes the phone and it might wake her up, or it might like, like when your phone's open and they heart it, you still get a little like.
He could also just text you back, okay, I'm coming with it. Or whatever.
But it will still like buzz. I like to know that he's right. Okay, anyways, this is a way side tangent.
A
that's
quick
not
game
important.
is never quick. I just have to remember. Okay, how about the next one is getting
Dork
bangs.
era for that one. Getting bangs, villain era.
Villain era.
100%.
Yep.
Or like
Yeah.
getting a short bob.
Yeah, something
might
went
regret
wrong.
era. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great. Leaving a party early without saying goodbye. Healing or villa. The villa. A bombshell is walking into
That's
the
a
villa.
hard one.
That walks the
because-
line, I feel like.
I feel like it's villain era because if you're really in your healing era, you found a good way to say goodbye without like overdoing it or like not having a boundary. And it's hard to do that. And that's why people just avoid it. So I feel like it's villain era.
Yeah. It does walk the line because I feel like you also could just be like, I'm tired of
leaving,
you, take care of
bye.
myself.
Right. And you don't have to like people please and say goodbye to everyone
Right.
else.
Exactly.
So final answer?
Shayna.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Villain.
Okay, villain.
All right. The next question, not going to a wedding because it doesn't feel in alignment.
Healing era.
Ooh.
Because not like you can't attend. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be giving birth that day or whatever. It's like it's because maybe that friend and you just don't vibe anymore.
Yeah, I think that's healing era. It's like nothing personal. Like it's not like, I feel like it's villain era to be like not inviting someone to your wedding. Mm-hmm. Like, because then you're like, I'm not inviting you. Like, this is my villain era. Versus like, I'm not going is more like healing era. Dana's eyebrows are making me question my choices.
Yeah, that made me question you. No, I'm just kidding. I thought you were saying like you don't feel like you agree with the relationship of the two people getting married. And then I was like, ooh, that's kind of fun and spicy and villain. But if you're just like, I just don't feel like I align with going with that to that wedding, then yeah, I think healing era.
Healing.
Okay, beautiful. How about deleting Instagram for 3 months and
Healing
ghosting and
era.
not telling anybody?
Healing era.
If
I
you
need to do
delete
that.
it for 3 days,
You sounded like completely like energized. You're like, oh yes, like,
that
was
came
the
from
best
this
thing I've heard all
whole-
day. Yeah, like
need to do
pleasure. I was
that.
like, oh yes.
Yeah. Healing era.
remember the
For me.
Herbal shampoo commercials that are like,
Oh my
"Yes,
God.
yes, that was so 90s for
So 90s.
So 90s.
What did you say, Dee?
Well, at first, if you were going to say deleting your Instagram for 3 days, but you like delete the whole app and everything, then that's villain
That's
era.
dramatic.
But if you're doing it for 3 months, like that's a whole journey. That's a journey I respect. So I say healing.
And I think there's a different
healing
thing between like just like removing it from your home screen and like not going on it versus like deleting Instagram. Mm-hmm. That's like
This is
villain
like
era.
you delete the app completely off your phone. Like you don't even have the temptation.
I still think healing.
Yeah, if it's
Healing.
for 3 months, I think healing. Like that's
Okay.
that's a journey.
Okay, then one more. How about soft launching someone? Do you know what soft launching is? Where it's like,
Oh yeah, you like show
You're-
their shadow in your picture.
yeah, you're
and then,
not, like-
their pinky or something.
yeah, you're not really showing
that you're
their
dating?
face. It's basically what I do with my daughter. Like I don't show her face, but like you kind of see the back of her head, and you know she's there. But like I'm not gonna show her.
Yeah, like you're showing a picture of yourself, but
but
you
it's
see
like a
that they're
guy.
at dinner with someone.
Yeah,
and
or it's like 2 drinks.
Oh, are they
It's
on
like
a date?
Two
Like,
drinks.
Oh, are they seeing
Oh.
someone? Yeah.
So you kind of question like who they with.
Is it always for like
like
a romantic partner though, or like someone that you're
soft
dating?
launch or hard launch. Then hard launch would be you have no idea this person's dating someone new, and all of a sudden there's pictures of them like in Italy together, like making out on their feed. That's like a hard launch. So soft launch is like you're kind of hinting that you're in a relationship, but you're not being forthcoming about who it is.
That's not my vibe. That's villainera for me.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's like just come right with it. Like just be real about it. Like you're posting, you obviously want us to see. So why are you being sneaky
I'm like, that's
about it?
thirsty era.
Yeah. But
Like,
hard launching
that's what we
is
were
also
saying that we can't. We were just saying we hate when people are like, I just had like
I almost near-death
like,
experience,
died.
but I'm going to tell you next month. And you're like,
yeah, like
better-
just stay tuned. Like it's like just tell me it now. Like you clearly had enough time to edit that and post it. Anyways,
How
I think
about? Oh, you did you? I didn't realize you. Didn't
no,
answer.
please
Sorry.
just skip me. I don't
Just cut
know.
her off. Just cut her off.
I was moving on to the next one. I was like
She's
completely,
done.
Please,
completely didn't listen to any of these. Not in a mean way. I'm just like focusing
No.
on because I thought I was done, but
Villainera.
I have two more. Okay, I'm in my villain era for sure. Okay, how about there's two I want to say with this, and maybe a minor call out for you, Shayna. So one is deleting old photos of someone off your grid.
Oh, that's villain era. I think pretending the past doesn't exist.
Yeah. I haven't had to be in that position for such a long time that I feel like I can't judge. Like, especially if it's a romantic partner. But I did just see someone recently that, like, last time I looked at their feed, like, they were getting married to this guy. And then now all of a sudden they're with this other guy. And they're like, she's like, my forever Valentine. And I'm like, what? And and so I went back to her Instagram and there was no pictures of her ex-husband or their wedding or anything.
My gosh.
And I was literally like, she deleted every single picture of her wedding and everything,
That's
just
savage.
swiped it. Yeah. And so
But
I felt
mean, it might be healing for her.
totally.
But it is
The
still
forever
villain era.
Valentine is a red flag. Anyone who says that,
because
I'm
they've
like,
been together
David
for like,
just said it.
What do you,
because-
no, you said it in your post.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
no, but literally I'm with my soulmate. We've been together for 15 years. So
I
he's
know,
literally
yeah,
my
just
forever
hilarious
Valentine.
timing.
This girl has been with this person.
Sorry.
I'm not offended.
I've not listened today. Sorry.
This girl has literally been with this guy for 6 months. And she's like, my forever Valentine. I'm like, this is your first Valentine's Day together. I think it's a little too soon to declare that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. So the consensus is villain era for the soft. Wait,
We're
past
fading.
the soft launch for the editing of the feed.
Yes.
All right. Is there
Okay.
any more? Are we done?
Well, mine's
more.
more of a personal vendetta for you
Oh,
because we like to beat on the pod.
bring it.
How about unfollowing a friend that did your best friend dirty?
Oh.
Or ex-boyfriend, like you want to unfollow or unhide them from your story.
Oh,
'cause-
I feel like that's like, but see, I chose loyalty as my first relationship thing that I like. I feel like
The
that's
only-
loyal.
the only
Like if
reason I'm
somebody
calling-
does you wrong, I'm
Yeah.
gonna unfollow their ass.
You did it though. That's the thing. There's someone you still
didn't?
follow. There's someone you still follow that was a girl who bullied me and was mean to me, and you still follow them. You've admitted it. I'll tell you off air.
I'm shook to my core.
I usually
Wait,
don't. I
You know who
usually
it is.
don't unfollow people unless, like, it takes a
I
lot
do.
for me to unfollow someone because I just don't.
I unfollow quick.
I don't mind unfollowing. I'm like they're like
Also, I don't care if
I'm
someone
never gonna see
unfollows
half
me
the shit
either.
anyways.
I don't take
Yeah,
it personally.
same.
I'm
Same.
like
I never notice.
less.
ever know. Like literally.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like I don't need to see your shit, but hold on, now I'm shook and I need to know who it is because
No, it
What?
was someone I was friends with like 10 years ago. It's not a big deal, but I remember.
I know who it is.
Yeah. Okay. But it
Oh,
was-
I'm unfollowing them right now.
Well,
see,
no.
because it was unconscious. Like it was because it was just
weren't-
like not
you
on
didn't
my
care.
radar.
No, you weren't. But like 2 years ago, I remember I brought it up to you, and you're like, "Oh, whatever," and I was like, "Shayna Claire."
Oh, you better call me out on here. I don't know. I'm
I
glad.
can't wait
My
till we
by
get
the
the
way,
so I can know who it is.
Well, and also just for clarification's sake, you are the most loyal friend ever. So
Thank
you this is not like I just wanted to beef because it's fun.
Oh, damn.
Because our Gemini placements love to beef each other.
Unfollowed.
You know who it is, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn,
Dana's like,
girl.
no, this girl was so mean to me and bullied me. She would go into my closet after I bought something, she'd be like, first of all, you look like shit in all your clothes. She'd like say that to me. And then one new outfit I would buy, she would like go with me and pick it out for me. And she'd be like, oh my God, your body actually looks good in this one or whatever. She'd literally say that to me, but I was just in my horrible, like my bad people pleasing phase.
You're like dating.
And then she would go into my closet and be like, I'm going to wear this outfit to go out. And it'd be like the one outfit that she helped me pick out. And I'd be like, oh, I wanted to wear that tonight. It's like new. And she's like, I'm going to wear it. And then she would just never return it. And she did that with like everything I bought that was new. She like took a new pair of Timberlands to like London with her. Yeah. And then one time I complimented her lipstick. I'll never forget this. I don't know why. I was like, your lipstick looks so good. Like, she's like, yeah, I know. Not everyone can pull this off. I was like, what? She was an Aries.
Stop.
Wow.
Stop it right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well,
Honestly, that's so crazy because I saw this thing someone posted the other day, how to know if maybe you are actually a mean girl. And every single thing in it, I just like deeply, deeply did not resonate with in any way. Like I've just never had a mean girl bone in my body. And I mean, I maybe in like small little ways and small moments over the years when I was younger, but overall not really. And it literally blows my mind to think that people would ever bring someone else down and feel like that makes them more powerful.
Same.
Like it's so transparent to me that you're just doing that because you are hurting or because you feel actually
but they lack
inferior.
like self-awareness to
Right.
like notice like the behavior of being mean.
Right.
You know, like it's just so crazy. It's like, how can you not know that what you just said was mean? Like you did know, or else if you didn't know, then you're just really not self-aware.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Which do you
Damn,
think this
Steffi.
person that you're talking about, do you think she knew, or do you think she was completely oblivious to like
No,
completely
she was
unaware?
She was like pointed mean for sure. And I worked with her and there were some people that also like said like she would bully them. So I think she was kind of just a bully, but she was also just super fun, like just transparently, like we had a blast together. But then obviously when our relationship got closer, I was like, oh, you're just someone I should just like go to Abbott Kinney with, you know, but like not someone I actually should be close friends with. But like she served a great purpose in my life and I'm grateful for, honestly, I'm
She was
grateful
burnt
for a few
toast.
things, but she's burnt toast, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good, wrap it up. But in general, if someone does my friend wrong, I will unfollow them.
Oh my gosh. See, it's not my first inclination, but if somebody's like, you follow this person and they hurt me, I'm like, oh, I'm unfollowing them now. And she's gone. She gone. So
She
funny.
gone. But I almost
gone.
wanted to get the tea on what
She
happened
gone.
before you unfollowed her. But anyway,
Shit. Let me go back.
no, refollow.
Stop. That would be chaotic.
Oh
We're
my
not mean
gosh.
girls.
Have you ever
Anyway,
been
sorry
looking
to
at
air the
like
dirty laundry.
someone's post
love
and
it.
you almost like accidentally like their post that's like way far back and then you sweat?
Oh, it's bad.
That is so bad.
It's
Oh.
bad.
Well,
Damn.
anyways, bringing it back to I really like, Steffi, what you said when we were doing my quiz and we were talking about the healing dome with the instruments and you could automatically regulate any person. I've been thinking a lot about how hurt people, healed people, heal people, regulated people, regulate people. And I've just been noticing that being regulated is such a leadership quality in the world that we live in right now. And it's never been harder to get regulated with all of the stuff that's been happening and like social media and the dynamics of just like everything in the world that we're socially dealing with. I feel like it's like designed to dysregulate us. And for all of us to be able to have tools to come back to regulation, like friendship is such a regulating tool for me, especially you two, like seeing each other a week ago. I was just thinking about how when you haven't been able to express something, like you haven't been able to put a voice to it. And then once I get to tell one of you, I just immediately feel this regulation. I feel it heal me. I see a ripple effect where then I help regulate the other people around me. And so I don't know what my point is in saying all of this is I just feel like the friendship is like such a tool, like a sacred technology and tool of regulation. And that really makes me feel like what we're doing on this podcast of laughing and cursing and being ridiculous is so important to me. And it brings it around, brings the meaning. Like, remember that we started this podcast with Shayna being on her soapbox about cursing? And here's where we end it.
A year
lifetime ago.
And it is so true, though, to have people that truly see you and you can be yourself is obviously very important. But you're right. The regulation, I've felt lonely and isolated lately, and just seeing both of you and just I think when we saw each other, we cried and laughed. Like I almost peed. I think we all sobbed at one point.
Yeah.
Like so often. And then like within literally seconds, we're talking about something so deep and so life-changing where it's like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that perspective. Let me hear about yours. And then it goes back into laughter or deeper conversations. And so I feel so grateful and lucky to have both of you that you can just like bitch and moan and say whatever is on your mind. And then the next person can be like, don't say that, do this, whatever. And then we can laugh about it. So it's like you call each other out, love each other, and then cry together. Like it's so amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm like, stay tuned because we're recording more of these. I feel like we're going to be more, I don't want to say consistent because that's just not the right word, but we're going to have
Don't
more
worry,
of these.
we won't be consistent, but we are excited about it.
It's just a little sprinkle of a fun time on your feed randomly. Your podcast feed? I don't know if that's the right word, but we might have a Spiritual Sleepover podcast of its own, like place that then goes into ours. I don't know. So stay tuned for that
we'll
because
talk about that.
there might be some changes happening with the flow, but we're just getting started. I feel like we've got a lot to rant about. We have a lot more
and we want to do a live show
up your sleeves because I never prepare anything. But
we want to have a live show. Dana has to bring a baby Earthside first and go through her motherhood journey. But all three of us really do want to bring this to a space and IRL so we can share it with you and have a really great conversation. And you can join the game and hang. Yeah. So anyway, where can everybody find you ladies?
You can find us on daylunalife.com or on our Instagram at dayluna. And our thing that we are just so obsessed with right now is honestly the same vibe that we're in right now, which is our membership, Your Human Design Besties. It is so special. It's such an incredible container. And it really just, what was the word you used, Dana, earlier? Like, it's like spiritual priestess vibes. It really does feel like that every single month. And it just reminds us of like, this is what we're here to do. This is how we're here to heal one another, is through connection, through witnessing one another, through dropping in and doing the spiritual and energetic work to regulate and to be seen and be loved and not feel lonely and feel connected and feel our place in the rising that's happening amongst all the crumbling. So there's plenty of spaces, I'm sure, to do that. But the place that we found that feels really good is Your Human Design Besties. So you can find that on our website. And yeah, I think that's everything.
And what about
it's really not, but
Spirit Sis? Where can everyone
and
find
to
you?
echo that, it is a beautiful container, so you definitely have to check it out. For me right now, you can find me on Instagram. I do a lot of storytelling there, Spirit_Sis. But also, we're in an eclipse portal as we're recording this. But even if this launches way after an eclipse, trust me, there's always going to be more, and there is more later this year. And that's something that will always happen, is certain. And I have these horoscopes that I have for your sun, moon, and rising. And I have key transit dates for the entire year. I know it's only February, but then I have what will happen for each set of eclipses and what part of the chart it's affecting. So if you want to check those out, it's a very low ball offer. That's not what I want to say. It's a low ticket offer. Low ticket offer. It's pretty
accessible.
affordable. Thank you. It's a low ball.
It's a underpriced offering. It's very generous and life-changing, and
But also,
worth
if
it.
you want to get more discounted, you should, and use the code New Year 1. Anyway,
This
sending.
generous bitch.
Well, first of all, thanks everybody for tuning in and being here and just enjoying our friendship, but also joining in on our friendship. It means so much to us. We love to do this, and we love that you're here and showing up and supporting it, and we support you right back. So sending you so much love, and we mean it. Till next time. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in with us today. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to follow along and learn more about human design.